I'm late. This never happens. Literally never happens. I bet my screen doesn't work too. Oh, it does. Okay. Okay, that's fun. What up? You in Discord as well? What? Who are you in game? Oh, Alex G? Yee, what up? What up? First? Oh my god, was he actually first? Wow. I'm gonna set a bad precedent. Alex G 5K. And then Jaw's gonna yell at me next. He's gonna be first 1,000 times and be like, what the heck, man? Today only. Jared got tired checking my names across sites. Dude, so many people have so many names. What up, boys? What up? What do we got? I forgot it was when, dude, I'm so messed up. I thought yesterday was Wednesday. I thought today was Thursday. I'm all over the place. Claire's last day of school is today. So she got home and like I kept thinking, oh yeah, I have stream later, at least like hanging over my head, and oops, still forgot. We went and picked up stuff for dinner. But okay, ready? Oops. That's another story in itself. Oops. But yeah, so I got sidetracked, and actually, dude, I'm like getting big ahead, man. I'm like in the scoring already, which is good for me. I'm trying to get big ahead so that tomorrow I have both of the kiddos. I'm gonna try to take them. Maybe we'll like bop into Princeton and do like the fountain for fun early on. Dude, it's like disgustingly hot. I was like saying like, oh, it's nice. Like spring's kind of still cooking. Holy frick. Feels like it's 100 out. Next week, I agreed to golf on Tuesday after dinner with some friends. Do like a 9-hole jam. Dude, it's gonna be 99. Like, who wants to do that? Hopefully it's all right. Yeah. Used to do golf league, and it would be nice, but man, 99 is a lot. I think we did like a 93 day once, and that felt a little rough. But yeah, man. Anyway, hopefully they cancel. Yeah, my one buddy. I don't think he will cancel. I think we're gonna be doing it, but we shall see, man. We shall see. You'll forgive me. Dang, that's so nice. That's so nice of you. Let's see. Active chatters. Oh, I have none. That's weird. I don't have any active chatters. That's weird. Frick. All right, get on the list. Get on the list. Let's see who's here. Epic. That. Birthday. Okay. 4 people. I like it. Oh! I'm not riding with you. You don't even deserve one of these. Like, what do you... That's not what I meant to do! That was not what I meant to do at all. Oh, no. Can I take it back? That wasn't supposed to be. It was supposed to be a Pokeball. But you can have a neighbors. Why not? Oops. Oops. Do that for me next. No. You get what you get. You'd probably rather a Pokeball, technically. Probably. Nah, someone would trade for that. All right, so yeah, what do we usually do on Wednesdays, man? Since I can't 1v1 anyone to do like a quick like RPG draft yet. How stupid is that? Ridiculous. We should have so many fun toys. I should be able to draft right now, use my cards, cook all of yous, have a little fun, or talk RTG. Imagine all the fun stuff we could be doing. Oh man. But what do we usually do on Wednesdays? We usually just like bop on. I say what's up. We talk about the week, what's going on, all the contests coming up. Like, so if any of the newbies are here, this is a good time to ask questions, to figure out what's going on for the week. We'll look at some of the upcoming RPG contests. We'll talk about Sunday and what I've built for the Sunday contests, and we'll see what the lineups are looking like, then what is it, 75K, right? 75K max, which is like, I like to do the max contest like this on the weekends because it's different, right? It's not like a min-max. It's not like an eliminator. It's not unlimited. It's not like it's its own kind of thing, doing like a single slot max. It makes it a little bit different. So, but yeah, man, why does Saturday's team suck so hard? There's only one team on one game, so it's 2 teams. Is it? Oh, Green Bay Pitt. Okay, I thought you were making fun of the Eagles or something. No. I don't know. Usually what I do with the sim standalone games is I take teams that played live the week prior and I shove them in there. Try to bop it around, make sure it's like decently mixed up. What I really should do is I should be rotating who plays in everything and make sure a team plays in like a standalone, enough lives, and then everything else as well. But I don't know. I just track who's in live games every week and then just try to do like a decent job of keeping those straight and then kind of roll with it from there. So anyway, the clown teams are playing tomorrow night. Gotcha. True. You wish, kid. But yeah, man, so we'll do some giveaways today. We'll talk about the contest coming up. We'll just kind of do a quick preview on that. If anybody has any questions, comments, concerns, you guys want to ask things, you want to go through like game strategy, you want to talk about some stuff, like I'll talk about I can talk about the Sunday strategy and what I'm looking at. Strategy for that is just kind of, you want to pick teams that you think are going to go through. Oh, that's another reason why I like to do 75K as the max, but no min or anything. And if you look on Sunday, it's just slot max, right? Like 75K times 9, that's the overall cap for the contest, right? So that you have to slot one, well, you don't have to, but so that you can slot one per slot, right? So maybe we'll just go in and talk about that now. It'll be the most fun thing to talk about. And I'll kind of show you guys what I'm talking about with that overall. So we'll talk about that here first. But anyway, let me talk about, so how real quick, how funny is this? So Claire on Wednesdays has gymnastics, and Laura was like, or I said to her, because Claire got off the bus, she's been like upset because end of the year, she doesn't want school to end. She loves her teacher so much. Claire's like, she's a goody goody. She does all like the work. She's like the best helper in the class. Like she is, she's awesome. And her teacher does love her. And her teacher this year was really, really cool. Like she loved her teacher. She has like this little stuffed animal. It's like this little mouse stuffed animal. And her teacher's name is Miss Heisler. And I call it her little Heisler. And so she's always walking around the house with that, especially being like sad last couple days or last week especially. So anyway, she got off the bus today, and her last day of school, I said, did you give her a hug? She did. She made her a card, all this stuff, made her a bracelet, and she deserves a pony, right, babe? Claire is going to be 8 coming up in August. So yeah, kind of crazy, right? Going into 2nd grade. But she's like a gem, like the one you kind of want to have in class, especially if you're a teacher. And her teacher even wrote her a note and said like, you're like the best kid in class. So here's Laura. But anyway, so she's been sad this week, and she got home from school today. I asked how it was. Kind of good. She was a little bit, you could tell like on her face, she was a little upset. Probably was teary. And I said, oh, do you want to go out? Oh, for like a nice lunch? She said, no, I just want to stay home. Okay, cool. So didn't get to do that. But I asked Laura, I said, what's for dinner? Knowing that Claire has like 5:30, we leave for gymnastics on Wednesday. So it's like we can't really go out to celebrate the end of the year or do anything. And Laura said, I have chicken parm, but I don't really feel like making that. I think that's smart for Claire to eat before she goes and does somersaults and everything else. I said, okay, well, I'll go to the store and I'll pick something up for dinner. So took the kids. I said, look, we had lunch first. I said, let's go to the store. You guys can pick out dinner, at least for you guys, something that we can make quick before later. And then I'll get me and mommy something, get something ready for dinner, and we'll be good to go for tonight. Okay, so we have lunch, we go to the store. And Claire and Baker just tried mozzarella sticks for the first time ever recently. And it's like, they said they're like the greatest food ever. And so I'm like, well, baby, maybe to make you feel a little bit happier, why don't we get mozzarella sticks for later? Okay, so she picks, we're going to get mozzarella sticks when we go to the store. Well, I'll pick some other stuff and we'll, figure out what the kids will eat with me and Laura. So for me and Laura, I got like a thing of lettuce and different spring mix or whatever. I grabbed some like tomatoes, bunch of stuff to make like a fun little salad for us. And then we were walking around and I was like, I don't know, these kids don't really eat anything. So I saw these like popcorn chicken little things. I'm like, oh, how about some popcorn chicken? And it wasn't until I was walking out of the store that I realized like we ditched chicken parm and all I got them was popcorn chicken and mozzarella sticks. So basically chicken parm without the sauce. So there you go. That's dadding 101 right there. So anyway, not guilty. Oh, okay. Whatever that means. You can explain to me later. Anyway, babe, come here. Look at me. I want to see. Do you want to come so people can make fun of me and they can see your face when you roll your eyes at me? Okay. So the funny thing is, you didn't want to have chicken parm. So I was like, oh, let's go to the store. Let's figure out something. I said, babe, well, why don't we pick up mozzarella sticks since you're like, it'll make you happy for, not being in school anymore. Maybe it'll cheer you up. And then I was like, well, let's walk around. So I got us like salad stuff to make. And I was like, oh, what can I do? Oh, they have these little popcorn chicken things. Oh, we pop them in the salad. So basically, we're not having chicken parm, but instead I bought popcorn chicken and mozzarella sticks. So basically, we're having chicken parm anyway. So yeah, anyway, that's me. My bad. It's actually really funny. That's what I'm saying. Oops. Yeah, it's actually one of these. Yeah. Still kind of chicken parm. Yes. Yes. So anyway, hopefully you guys are active. Bang. So I tried to be cool and tried to be smart. Hag, enjoy. Hag, you're gonna pick up one. This was what Cullens was supposed to get. Okay, cool. Guaranteed Pokeball. You know what I mean? There we go. Reset? No resets. Please, sorry. So I tried to do a nice thing and I still ended up with the same thing, but listen, you live and you learn. So anyway, so that's my story. Let's talk about real quick what we got going on the weekend. And just my thought process on all of this anyway. So Sunday, if you guys check out the announcements page, and if you are just kind of getting into this and new to everything, if you go to the top right, click the drop down, you can go to announcements. You can see every announcement in the game that's still available. So like everything you've seen from the start of the game, all of these pop-ups for the different levels, that is kind of like forever stuff that won't really go away. It's that, and then like you'll see stuff for whatever event we're in, and then anything for the week that's pertinent. And so this will go away once the event starts. But for now, you can find all this there. So anytime we have, and I'll just open a new tab so that I can zoom and we can see. But anytime we have some sort of Survivor or some sort of tournament or anything going on, like we do this Sunday and like we typically do over the weekend. So this weekend we have a Sunday Survivor game, which is just a straight up tournament where you want your players to last. Anytime this stuff is up, you should be able to find the bracket in the drop down top right and, under announcements. It's usually like the very last thing that we have. All right. So this is really important. You're going to want to look at this with the setup when you're trying to fill out your stuff for the weekend, especially for stuff like this, right? Like anytime there is a tournament. So Sunday, 75K max, okay? And like, let me tell you why it's max. It's not, 75 times 9, 675 right here. That's the full rating. And the reason why we do it max, or no, I'm doing it max, and this is what I have set up, is because what happens is if I do 75K max and make some other, or say I did like 1 million max and I just made it like, I didn't do it per slot max. Well, all you would see is people would slot a Joe Burrow, a Jamar Chase, and maybe a T. Higgins, and that's it. They would slot those three, maybe throw in a DST, a fourth card, and that's all they would play. So having the 75K for each slot means you're going to slot an entire lineup of cards, okay? Because when you have a Survivor game like this, well, it would be smart to put everything into like your QB or everything in the one slot, right? Like if it was a million cap and you did 500K in the Burrow or 750K in the Burrow and 250K in the Jamar Chase, you probably would come close to winning because end of the day, if your QB plays, 1, 2, 3, 4 rounds, you're probably going to win. So that's the reason why I do it this way. Okay. So for any time that we have a tournament like this, or Eliminator is cool because Eliminator is fun because you have to play players across each of the rounds in order to not get eliminated. So that's a little bit different. So we don't need a cap in Eliminator. Eliminator is probably the best game type, but in a tournament like this, I can't just have like a regular flat cap because you guys will just go ahead and play a 4-person lineup, and that's not cool either. All right, so Sunday, 75K max rating per slot. Josh said, I still have enough of the right cards to go all in on a few teams. Had to spread around a bunch. Yeah, but you still should be picking a team that you really like. Like what I do is, and what's really smart and a good way of looking at this, because all this is, because it's on Sunday, it's all going to be sim stuff, right? And how do you know? The very top, if you look, Sunday, all of it is sim, right? You see it right here. So the really smart thing to know is who are the event players and who has an insert. We have Cincinnati with Burrow, which I actually forgot that he was an insert, even though I chose them, which is funny. Because Joe Burrow, Dak, and Sussy Jussie over here, these three are 125 overall QBs in the game. What does that mean? That if they're simming, if the contests are simming, those are going to be the players with the higher activities, which should lead to being the players with the higher outputs in missions or in sims on the site. But doesn't always work, right? It's still kind of up in the air, right? Because we would think Dak would be awesome. Dak plays Seattle, but at the same time, Seattle has some good players as well. So, Dallas could really get knocked off in this. So it's sort of what you need to take into account when you think about strategy. People will say that New England wins a ton. So New England versus LA, you'd see a lot of people playing LA, using LA stacks, which probably will happen, but New England could bop them off immediately. Like we see that a ton. So this is a really tough setup right here. So if you go with Dallas, you're still probably going to play the Rams or New England, and New England beats everybody in these. So I don't really know. So yeah, what do you think is the worst quadrant? Top left, bottom left, top right, bottom right. New Orleans is usually pretty good. I would say Cincy has probably the best players in Jamar and Burrow, especially with Burrow being a 125 overall. You can still use T. You can use Chase Brown. I think you'll see a lot of that. But if you don't have the best cards and the best players, you're probably better off trying to suck out and pick something else. Pick like a different spot, right? So maybe you think everyone's going to go with Cincy. You avoid this, and maybe Cincy gets knocked off. Well, maybe instead you go with like a Buffalo stack, right? Buffalo should be able to beat Tennessee, hopefully. Then maybe they can get through New Orleans, or they could beat Cincy, really. And maybe you ride Joshy on this side. And then on this side, maybe you go, BTJ kind of went nuts, and Jacksonville went to the final last week. They have Baltimore, so that's going to be really tough. But I don't know. We see it all the time, right? Lamar stinks in Sims, it seems like. So having Travis Hunter, having BTJ, Trevor Lawrence, BTJ, Travis Hunter, you throw Tank Bigsby in there, the DST. Maybe you do that. You throw Puka in here as well. Or you just get a little bit, maybe nobody's going to use CeeDee Lamb or George Pickens, and maybe they make it a little bit in. You could still try to ride Dak, even though everybody said Dak stinks. You can go top right, and you could say, hey, Xavier Worthy is a 125 overall. Mahomes is still good. They have Travis Kelce. Maybe you do a KC stack. It's KC. I don't know. Carolina wins some of these. It really is like luck of the draw with regards to who can make it through. We've seen some wacky finals, but take into account whoever is in inserts. Those are some good players, and where the activity is and who the matchups are against. So I don't know what the best way to go is. I think the bottom right's probably the weakest with, I don't know, but you have Tony Pollard, who's 125 overall, so a high activity running back. versus Josh. Josh has some good players. You have Cincy versus New Orleans. New Orleans always ends up, Kamara tripling all day. So, I don't know. Top right could be decent. Atlanta's in there. Minnesota, they're not that good, even though JJ's great. KC probably is the front runner up here. That or Atlanta, they screw up a lot. So, I don't know. There's a million ways you can play it. My recommendation is if you're not like endgame, like general, maybe you take a swing at some teams that a lot of other people won't really use, right? And that's your best bet, especially at 75K. You could build a really nice stack that if your team, say you pick New England and they do make it through to the final, you have Drake May, you're going to put up a ton of points, right? That's what happened last week with Washington making it to the final, and Balls ended up winning it. So anyway, a lot of different ways you guys can do it. That's what makes these tournaments on the weekends fun. And again, this is going to be starting Sunday at 1 p.m. Okay, so like I said, if you're on the site, hit the drop down, hit announcements. The first thing right there, that's the bracket. The other thing to know is the best way to really look at it is if you're looking at the lineup and the setup on, if you just look at the first Sunday one that we have, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the left side of the bracket, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the right side of the bracket. It's just the way I put it in. So if you follow that, most likely you'll come up with this bracket. At least these used to pop up on Fridays. Now they pop up on Wednesdays, so you don't really have to. But anyway, so this will be a tournament simming live on the site on Sunday, starting at 1 p.m. It'll be 1, 2:30, 4 o'clock, and 5:30 for the final. And let's see what we got. So on Sunday, similar to the last week, I believe, if you finish top and you are a subscriber, you will pick up an event insert pack. So what is this? You basically get a 9-pack of Rare Plus event inserts, which is nice. You get 50K and 150 trophies. That is on top of the base prize pack for being a non-sub and playing anyway, which is an untradeable legendary event player or team card. So an event insert, basically, if you win the tournament on Sunday. All right. You get some nice XP. You get a bunch of trophies on top. And again, you can check out all of the rewards right on the Sunday tab right here on the contest page. All right. First game set of the week, we have Unlimited tomorrow. We have Denver, Philly. Do I have this up? Yeah, I'm looking at about 14.9, so pretty decent shot to have a clear on Thursday. Should be decent. That is Thursday's setup. Friday, going to be your next set of live games here. We have Detroit, Houston, Chargers, Washington, and Arizona Jets. So that's going to be the Friday setup. This is what I'm going with. You guys saw me pull the Nico the other day. Got him up and ready to rip. I'm going to go Nico and Stroud, put them together, see what happens. Hopefully that's a nice little game. And again, that is... Who do they play? They host Detroit. So that's not the best setup, having Nico and Stroud and Jahmyr Gibbs in, but hopefully Detroit gets out to a lead. Jahmyr Gibbs can run a bunch. Maybe we get a nice Gibbs bonus, maybe a 45er, and then Stroud and Nico are coming back the rest of the game, and we get a nice bonus there. That's that setup. Also, people were talking about who to use, who to not use with regards to players. I mean, Lad's the first person I put in. He's been insane, man. He almost doubled last week live. So we're going right back to the well. We got Lad. You already saw Nico. I'm going to roll the dice and go Jamison Williams for fun instead of Amon-Ra, just because I do have the card and I have all the birthday gear from Amon-Ra. So I swapped it over. He just hasn't been good recently in lives. I don't know if it's because of the teams they're playing or what, but I don't know. Jameson's at least good for a couple deep balls a game. So if he hits one, that could be a fun little play. Oh, this doesn't have 60 on it, does it? I think it has 150 and 200 and 20 and 40. So that's kind of ugly. So hopefully this stuff makes up for it. I'm going Trey McBride and Terry on the other side, because as Turbo said, Terry does cook in live as long as they're throwing. We got Chargers DST, 1,000 per sack. What up? And then Brees, because I feel like the running backs weren't that good otherwise. Whiteout? No. Let's just go rating. the options were Jahmyr Gibbs, Brees, and then, like, I don't know. I hope Mixon doesn't do well. That would be bad for my Houston stack. James Conner could be good every once in a while. Brian Robinson. He had like an 80-yard run in the Sims the other day, which was funny. I didn't realize. Hope you're talking. Steven Gibson. Get on in. Pays to stay active, boys. Here we go. 100% little tight end piece, Mr. Gibson. All right, BRB, let me go kiss Lar. I'll come back. We'll talk about a couple more. We'll do a couple more giveaways, and then I am out of here for the day. BRB. All right. One more? Dotties. What'd you get there? Nice wide receiver ball. Very nice dots. Only 6 of those tradable. That's crazy, man. All right. Where'd the contest go? All right, so back to contest quick. What do we look at here? 100K for Friday. So I'm going to ride the lad train Maybe he goes back-to-back big games. I'm going to go Herbert and Ladd. Friday's a 100K cap. 20K is the max, 4K on the minimum. Should be a pretty simple game to compete in. Pretty easy to get in. Have some nice upside. Try to pull off a nice victory. So I like this one. Filling this out. It's funny because you'll see like a lot of like, oh, level 18s, level 18 or whatever, level 10. Most of these, like when I'm filling out, I'm usually reallocating stats as I go, man, because you really can't. You can't fit all this unless you have like absolute trash on your stats or like gear or whatever. Like trash your gear up just to use a bind or something. So anyway, this is one I'm going to be using on Friday. What else? Saturday, something like this. So what do we got? We got Green Bay, Pittsburgh. So I'm going to be going Jordan Love to Dobbs to Jaden Reed. Wish I had a Golden. Golden would be pretty nice right now, man. He is, he's been cooking of late. I'm going to be going double tight end because Tucker Kraft actually has some decent activity. Because that's right. He's, oh, wow, I forgot. Tucker Kraft is an insert. Oh, interesting. He's an insert, so the 125 overall moves his act to 85, so that should help him. It'll also probably hurt Jaden Reed and Dobbs, but Jaden Reed's still at an 81, Dobbs at a 78 activity, so they should be pretty good plays. On the other side, DK, Pat Freiermuth, the backs, Josh Jacobs, Caleb Johnson, pretty one, and wait, why is it not full? Is it not full legendary? Excuse me. Wait, what? Oh, he probably has like two. Yeah. He probably it's probably an MVP Javante. How about that? And I'm gonna go Pittsburgh DST on that end. All right. That takes us through to Sunday, we already talked about, and then back to Monday. Don't make me play Warren. Might have to. Monday games, we have Giants, San Fran, Tampa, Chicago, and Miami, Las Vegas. So I'm assuming that means we're going to be getting a lot of Tuas on Monday. We do also have Caleb. He hasn't been great. We got Jameis versus San Fran. Could be tough. We've seen some good games from Purdy. Although I feel like we've also seen a little bit of CMC coming alive. Monday's cap game, 2.5 mil, is going to be a big boy. It's going to be tough for, especially on the newer end to compete in that. However, do not forget you do still get some packs just for playing. This is going to be more of a mid to high level game. But following this, we'll be back to probably both low ends. So what was Friday again? Friday was... Yeah, this Friday is what? 100K. So this will probably go down to about 75K at the minimum. And then on Monday, we're going to be starting over as well. So we're going to have some lower cap stuff coming up. So what I built and capped on Monday, I got Tua, and I have a legendary. So the high end of the cap is 625. The low end is 50K. This was also... by request of Ja, and one of his thoughts on like the newer player and playing in the early game is the fact that like having like the 100K be the minimum for something like this was still a ton. So this is like, I believe, a 2% min to get to 50K. So that should be a little bit more playable. I mean, we're talking blues on blues in here. So that gives you a little more flexibility as well. But anyway, you should be able to come up with at least something in order to get some stuff in there on Monday. But again, 625K max. I use 525 almost on Tua. I don't like to go like super top of the rating scale. I know a lot of people do, and they leave blank spots, but I try to fill out. I like to go high on my QB, but not super high, not all the way up, because it makes it really tough to fill out the rest. with half decent cards. One thing you'll notice here, look at this. Look at the DST. Because the DST stats are way lower, it makes the DST cards way more of a value to play. Because again, the ratings on those stats are super, super low. So you can get like a legendary like this with blues and greens in it. I mean, 105K is very, very low rated for the amount of points that can put out. So like you can see somebody really shove in a really nice DST, hit like a defensive touchdown or some nice field goals or whatever. And it's not going to cost you a ton of rating, and the point output is going to be pretty nice on that. So just something to think about when you're trying to, you know, especially if you're not like a high-end account, you're trying to figure out ways to kind of grab an advantage. You do have an advantage if you do use some more rating on your DST stuff and you actually hit. All right. So Tua 2, Waddle and Tyreek are going to be my big plays. I'm still going to have Brock Bowers in there, only at 60K, but he hasn't been insane in live. So I'm hoping maybe he gets in the end zone. Genti's been kind of taking a little bit away from him. So I'm going to play a Brock and a Genti both in blue. We have DeAndre Swift, who is hit or miss, but I feel like he's been hitting a little more often, at least rush TD wise. So we'll hopefully get a couple points out of that. The Juwan Jennings is too pretty not to play. And Burden, we saw him do really well the other day. So I believe he almost bonus. So we'll drop that in there. Had the card already built. So why not? That's what I got for 2.5 mil on Monday. And then Unlimited. Same thing. We're going to be rocking double Tua. So we have the Tua to Waddle and Reek, the left side of the stack over here. Tua, Waddle, Reek. We have Brock Bowers again. George Kittle, just because the card's nice, and I don't know. You hit a 20-yarder on this bad boy with the amped. He gets 2K, so that's kind of a nice one. We're going to roll with that. Neighbors, always a nice play, even though they are playing San Fran. CMC, if they get ahead, Neighbors will be hopefully trying to catch back up, and maybe CMC actually can bonus one of these days. Going Bucky Irving for fun because the card's pretty, and San Fran D against Jameis should force some turnovers and, you know, maybe a couple, maybe a pick six in there. Jameis loves to hit those, so there you go. All right, and that will take us to the end of the week, and that is going to be week number 8, boys and girls. 2 empty slots. We'll do empty slots. That's for losers. All right, only losers leave empty slots. Should I look? Should I see who's got empty slots? Let's see. Oh my God! Look at this one. Nothing to see here. Nothing to see here. All right, boys. So, we got 12 days left, man. 12 days, 8 hours, 13 minutes left in the birthday event. That means that a week from today, next week, not only will we be giving out, we will hopefully have a lot of the finals entries out for you guys to start messing with, and we'll be looking at the Eliminator final for this event. But next Wednesday on the 25th, we will be rolling for the next set of inserts. And that will be the 4th of July inserts already, which is insane. And I cannot believe that we are already looking at July. But yeah, man, it is. Summer ain't what it used to be, man. Summer flies by now. Like big time, big time. Justin, next one in. Bang. Hopefully you guys are paying attention. Trying to catch you guys off guard. Ooh, a nice QB handpiece there. Go on, Just. Very nice. But yeah, man, it's a fun event. It's a cute event, a good event, a nice event, a nostalgic event. And I'm going to be getting ready for... I got to get set on some of the trade-in stuff here as well. I actually feel like this has made it more annoying. Like, usually I like to slot the cards in here. The fact that John made it so that, like, I can slot the same one there, and like that doesn't help me in keeping track. And then the fact that like it's any ball in any slot really does not help. So it is a bit easier on a typical event where the gear is all different, and then it's like all the head pieces for the head, all the chest pieces for the chest. It makes it a little bit easier to kind of keep track of everything. You know what I mean? You figure out how the Independence inserts are going to be themed? Oh, sure. Yeah. Sure. It's just like an arrogant question. I hate it. It's like I know you're half joking, but it's like, this is where you just like get at me so good. I hate you. I hate you. Why, you got something good? No. Oh, how about like I saw this design once where claws come through like a page. Does that help? Blind squirrel over here with the MLB crossover. Look at this kid. Look at this kid. All right. I hate him. Let's do one of these for fun. No. You gotta wait till the end. You wait till the end to do it. You wait till the end. Then you figure out what exactly you need and what you have. You wait till the end. All right. Anything else? Yeah, man. So we have the tournament over the weekend. We have the typical stuff tomorrow. What's today? Wednesday. So tomorrow, 8 p.m. is the first game of the week. It's gonna be simmed live on the site. Not live. It will be simmed on the site if you guys want to watch that. Best spot to be is Discord if you want to bop in with people, chit chat about it, and complain about Sims, because that's what we end up getting. Anyway, no more golden ideas for you. Whatever. I'll come up with one. I don't need you. I've made it this far. Come at me. Active. Of course you're active. All right, one more for the road. Oh, 1 and 3. We're gonna hit general. Come on. Don't hit him. Darn it! Every time, of course. You knew. It was like 100 out of 100 that was gonna hit. You knew. All right. I love you guys. I am out of here. Enjoy your Wednesday, man. Again, we'll be getting Claire off to gymnastics here in a bit, or I'll be making chicken parm here in a bit. And yeah, man, I'll see you guys on Friday. Not very bright and early, but 3 p.m. ish. I'm gonna say 3:04. That's my guarantee. All right. Love you guys. Enjoy the day. FantasyShow.com. Peace. She gets horrible acid reflux when she eats any sauce, so she can't even eat pizza anymore and doesn't eat sauce. So, joke's on you, clown.